Yo, yo, yo. I guess that's my signature. I don't know. Who are you, bro? I am CPA Strength. I am the strongest licensed certified public accountant CPA in the state of Florida. Let's go. What are you going to do today? I'm going to teach you accounting. That's what I do, baby. That's what I do. I teach accounting to the world. Basics by basics, by building block by building block by building block by building block. I don't know what's going on today. I haven't filmed in a couple days. I'm feeling out of control. I always feel like I'm doing the wrong thing except when I'm filming or getting in my flow state with these AFBs. So let's go. I'm excited about this one. I think you're going to be excited about this one. We're going to have fun. What is this? What is this one? This one is Accounting for Beginners. I have a classic series, my classic series. This is Accounting for Beginners number 57, 5 and then a 7. It's right after 56, right before 58. Can you believe it? 57? Can you believe that number? Oh my God. And it's purchase supplies on account. I'll tell you how I came up with this, how I came up with that. But first, if you're like, I want to check some more of this dude out. What's going on over here? Right over here is the best playlist in the world. This will make all your dreams come true. It's basically, there's a genie bottle, like I Dream a Genie, and you rub that and all your dreams come true. You basically click this, it simulates the rubbing of a genie bottle, and then all your dreams will come true over there. So let's get into this video. Let's get into 57. First, I have to tell you why I have all these subscribers and I have all these views is because I came up with a mapping system for beginners, and you will now know where does this go? Where does this go? Where does this go? I have no idea. My mapping system is DC Adler. It's a lifestyle, you know what's up. That stands for debit, credit, asset, draw, expense, liability, equity, revenue. We'll just go over a couple seconds of what the DC Adler actually means or what a transaction means. We have a journal entry to do. We have a journal entry to do today here. When you have a journal entry to do in accounting, you're going to have transactions. You're going to have always a debit that equals a credit. You're one of my students. You've been following my practices. You've got a homework assignment. You're at a test. What are you going to do? Okay, let's get into this, man. I just want to have some fun. You know, I'm ready to have some fun. I'm ready to block everything else out. This is just, you know, some DC Adler, some accounting fun. I got people watching for so many different reasons, and I feel blessed to have somebody watch me. But now it is, you know, let's just get in a little zone. I love doing this right here. I love thinking, how can I teach somebody? How's somebody gonna understand? You know, so let's just get into this right now. Basically, you're gonna have a transaction. You're gonna have something that happens, and it's gonna have a debit and a credit, and they're gonna equal. You're brand new to this, and you see I have to do a journal entry. What am I gonna do? What do I do? I don't know. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Let's go to your mental toolbox here. It's like a file cabinet. Let's go to the top drawer first thing, because we're doing accounting, so let's go to that accounting drawer. And top drawer, or sorry, we're going to our accounting file cabinet. Top drawer, first thing is DC Adler. Let's write that down. Debit, credit, asset, draw, expense, liability, equity, revenue. DC Adler. Woof. Now you should feel a little better, because this right here is more than most people know, to be honest. You know, where do things go? So calm down, chill. You've got this. You're in good hands. You're in good hands with DC Adler. Jake from Allstate. I got them tan khakis, boy. So you already feel a little bit better. Now the task is to write a journal entry. You know from following along and practicing, or you're going back to one of my videos, or this comes along with a journal entry. You know, debits equal credits, and that's a journal entry. You have a debit and a credit, and they equal. So you know that, so you can get this. Now let's go to the question, you know, so you've set up, you got your de-sealer, you've got your journal, you got your debits equaling credits here, so you know you're all set up. Now let's read the and this is Accounting for Beginners 57, purchase supplies on account. I came up with that because I got a viewer question. I looked at my, whenever I get a question in the comment sections, whenever I get a question like, can you do a video on this, I say yeah, sure. I just add it to my list. I have a little list there on my phone, and then like when I'm not really sure what video I want to do, I just look down my list and see which one seems the most fun to me, and then I do it. And that's how I come up with my video ideas. Some of my videos, some I think, oh, that would be a good video, but if I don't know which one to do, bruh, can you just do the journal entry, bruh? Yes, I think it's a certain part of my, I don't know, my allure. Purchase supplies on account. That's what someone asked. Can you do a video about purchasing supplies on account? So I say, sure, that sounds fun. And I think that's an interesting one. So you're a small business owner. So here's what you're supposed to make a journal entry of. This question here. Make a journal entry out of this right here. Small business owner purchased $500 of supplies on account. You know, if you didn't know anything, you're like, dude, I just figured out how to do cash. I just figured out cash. I don't know nothing else. I do know cash though. All right, cool. We don't have cash in this one, but you do see $500, so you don't know anything, and it's gonna make you feel better because you know debits equal credits. It's gonna just make you feel better to put $500 debit equals $500 credit. So look, you got some of the journal entry, you got some already. Now I tell you, what hat are you wearing? What hat are you wearing? You got to figure out what hat we're gonna wear for our journal entry here. Small business owner. All right. So you're a small business owner. Whatever it's called. We're probably Widgets Inc. Widgets Inc. over here. So, but you're a small business owner. That's your hat. Okay, you're wearing this hat, so that you got to know, like, so you're a small business. You got to know what hat you are. You know, are you buying the stuff? Are you the business owner? Are you an employee? Or that depends a lot of times what journal, you know, how the journal entry is made. Purchased $500. Purchased $500. You purchased $500. You bought $500 of supplies. You bought $500 of supplies on account. Something that goes in this debit. Alright, and then there's going to be something that goes in this credit. What goes in there, CPA strength? Let's kind of dig into this together. The debit or the credit is either going to be something inside the asset category, something inside the draw, something inside the expense, something inside the liability, something inside the equity, or something inside the revenue box. It's going to be something at one of these. It's going to be a subgroup of one of these six. What is going to be in here? Purchased $500 of supplies on account. I think you've got something with supplies, and then it says on account. Purchased $500. Now what if it said, because you know how to do cash, you've been doing cash, you know if cash is coming in, it's an asset, and it's positive, you debit it. You know if cash is leaving the company, you credit it, because it's going down. So you know that. Stay with me, this is how I would do it. Probably. Small business owner purchased $500 of supplies with cash. No, you did it on account, but you can see, what are you doing here? What's on account? Well, they didn't say cash, so that means you didn't pay for it. That means on account. Why? That means if it said paid for it with cash, it would say paid for it with cash. It means on account. You're just gonna have to do some repetition, some volume. When you purchase something, so that means you got something in, you've got supplies. Whatever supply, like supplies could be a lot of different things. You're getting supplies in, and nothing in this world is free. Let me tell you, that ain't not a god dang things for free. So you got supplies coming in. What are you giving out? What's going out? Account, on account. Usually it would be cash going out, but now you have on account. That means that what is on account? You're getting supplies on account. So basically you have to figure out, you've got the $500, you basically have to figure out what the heck is on account, on account, right? And then you what the heck is on account here? And then you got to figure out what is supplies. All right, that's your two things here for this journal entry. What the heck is supplies? You know, what are these 6 boxes does it come out of? And on account, what are these 6 boxes does it come out of? See, this is the great thing. This is the great thing. This is why I like accounting. You can arrive to this journal, what goes in here and what goes in here, what's your debit, what's your credit. You can arrive at this journal entry 1,000 different ways. I want to try to give you the tools to come at it different ways maybe, and hopefully something's going to click for you in one of these ways that I do it. You're like, oh, I didn't think about it like that, but yes, that makes sense. Let's just be logical. You figured, or let's be logical. Let's figure out on account. Let's do this. Small business owner purchased $500 of supplies on account. We know debits equal credits. We know $500 debit. We know $500 credit. On account. You got some supplies. You got supplies coming in. Supplies in this question, we don't really know, but I'm gonna infer like what excuse me, what supplies? Because these are just you know, in real life, you're gonna see, like, it's not gonna be like a, you know, do this journal entry. It's gonna be like you see money coming out of the checking account for different things, because we pump widgets, we sell widgets all day long. We're starting to ramp it up because we're here every day. We're grinding hard. I'm out here grinding. So we're pumping these widgets. So we need some supplies for the widgets. But you would have, like, you know, money coming out of the bank for tape and tape dispenser. Then we need something. Then we need widget boxes. And then we need, like, now we're out of staples because we got our paper. So those are supplies. These are supplies. So you'd have that, and I would say, oh, hey, that's a supply. That's the supplies. So in this journal entry, that's what we're doing, the supplies. Like those are supplies that I mean. It's for our office. It's for us pumping some widgets. So it's kind of, I guess, this could be a bunch of different things. I think the main thing in this one is that we're not paying cash to get our supplies. We have it on account. That means, let's think about this logically here. If we don't pay cash and we get something, we haven't given them anything. Nothing's for free. So we say, I owe you for these supplies. Johnny Hancock. You know, and you sign it or whatever, you know. It's a liability. You owe them. You're liable to them. This says on account. What's an account? You know, it's an account payable. That's, you know it's liability, and you know on account it's an account payable. I usually pay. Nothing's for free. I got supplies. I usually pay cash. I didn't pay cash. I owe them. I owe somebody $500 for these supplies. Which one of these boxes? Which one of these boxes? Oh, an increase of $500. So I owe someone an increasing amount. But I owe somebody some money. Which, is that an asset you owe somebody money? No. Is that a draw you owe somebody? No. Is that an expense that you owe somebody money? No. Is that a liability that you owe somebody? Oh yeah, ooh! It's a liability. I know it's a liability. I know it's a liability. Okay, yeah, I owe somebody money, a liability. Going up, going up. Ooh, I know there's a liability and a credit because I owe somebody money, that's a liability, and it's going up $500. So I know our liability is going to be a credit. Ooh, doggy, liability. Let me look at my chart of accounts under liability. Ooh, okay. I'm in my chart of accounts and I'm looking at the liabilities. Alright, and there is there is, under current liabilities, there's an account called accounts payable. We only have one vendor to make it easy. You know, like, who do you owe the money to? We're just one person for now. So yes, there's an account. It's called accounts payable. That's our credit, accounts payable. Oh geez, and crowbars. Accounts payable, $500, which is a liability, and because we owe somebody money. Owe money. That's on account, owing them money. What did we get? We got some supplies. We got a bunch of different things to help us pump our widgets out and run our office, to help run our office. And what is to help run our business? And what does a business do? What do we do when we're running a business? We're trying to make money. All right. So we're getting these supplies in, but we already said supplies. We're getting tape dispenser. We're getting boxes to sell our widgets. We're getting staplers, all this kind of stuff. All right, so we're just you know, so we're getting all this stuff in hopes to make money later, because it's going to help us sell widgets, and that's what we do for money. So all this stuff's going to help us sell widgets. That's an expense. You're getting stuff. You're going to use it up maybe less than a year. So it wouldn't really be an asset, because it's all stuff that's going to be used up in less than a year. There's so many different supplies that we bought for the $500. We're just going to expense it right now, and because we're going to use all of it up by the end of this period or the end of this year. And that's an expense, right? Oh, so I'm sorry. So we'd go we're getting stuff to try to make money later. We're buying stuff to help us make money. Is that an asset? Draw, expense. Oh, that's an expense. It's an expense. Is this expense account going up or down? It's going up by $500. Okay, so that means it's going to be a debit. So our debit's going to be an expense. We know that. Let's go in our chart of accounts. Let's look under expenses and see if we have something to put stapler, tape, stuff for our office. Not so much the widget boxes. That might be a cost of goods sold. Let's not get into that. But maybe it's widgets, but other stuff for our offices. There's an account called supplies expense under our expenses in our chart of accounts. So that looks good for us. So let's go. Supplies, surprise. Can you see I'm sweating? This is just like, support the channel so you don't have to watch me sweat. So all I do is just think how hot I am. Some pit stain action. Woohoo! This is a super long video. I don't know. I can just talk and talk and talk. I say, oh, this is gonna be a short one, but it turns out to be super long. What are you gonna do, right? I think the motivational thing that I want to leave today, I had two of them that I was thinking while I was making this board up, but number one is just do your best, because that is all you can do. Really, that's helped me out so much. It's just I get stressed, I get overwhelmed, I always feel like I'm doing the wrong thing. I just feel like I'm just always just a huge stress ball, and I just try to just say, like, you know, I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna get some food in my body, and I'm just gonna do the best I can. Because then if someone has a problem with it, I just say, I did the best I could, and that means the most for me internally. Like, well, I tried. Okay, sometimes it's going to be good enough, sometimes it's not, but at least I'll try. That's one thing about old CPA's strength here. He's done a lot of different things in his life, and he'll probably do a lot more, and he's fell flat on his face, flat on his ass, 99% of the time. Like, I've probably done 100 different things. I've messed up 90 of them, colossus failures. But I guess those other 10, sometimes things work out. But you gotta swing, man. Anyways, till next time, I hope I see you in the next one. What's the next one gonna be? 58? I hope I see you there. Thanks for watching. Leave a like. Oh yeah, one more thing. I do have a Patreon page. Please look in link description below if you've got a lot of value and you want to give back. All right, deuces.